Hi friends, welcome to Obi's Math e-Pathshala. Today's topic is Topological Vector Space Lecture 2. If you like this video, please share and subscribe this channel to your friends and colleagues. Thank you. So, in the last session, we have ended up with the definition of symmetric sets, which says that symmetric sets, which says that a subset A of a topological group G is defined to be a symmetric set if x belongs to A, if and only if minus x belongs to A, or in other words, we can say that A is equal to minus A. And with respect to this definition, one can find out many symmetric sets out of any subset of a topological group. For example, suppose A be a subset of a topological group G, then A intersection minus A union minus A minus A, these are all symmetric sets. And also note that closure of a symmetric set is again symmetric, which we have proved in the last session. Again a symmetric set. Okay. Now why we are defining these symmetric sets will be clear from the next theorem, which says that in a topological group we can find out a local base of symmetric neighborhoods of the point 0. So that is more interesting. That is, the theorem will be that suppose G be a topological group then there exists a local base of symmetric neighborhoods at the point 0, right? So how could you show that? The proof can be achieved with respect to the example of symmetric set that we have mentioned above, that for any set A you can always have a symmetric set which is A intersection minus A. So here also for any neighborhood W of 0, minus W is again a neighborhood of 0 due to the definition of topological group. That is, x goes to minus x is a continuous map, right? So since W is a neighborhood of 0 and minus W is again a neighborhood of 0, so these two neighborhoods will give you a symmetric neighborhood that is a continuous map. Okay, it is more than that. That is a homeomorphism. Yes. Homeomorphism. Yeah. Yeah. So since W is a neighborhood of 0 and minus W is again a neighborhood of 0, so these two neighborhoods will give you another one, just taking their intersection. And this is a neighborhood of 0, which is a symmetric set. That means V is a symmetric neighborhood of 0. How's that? Now, since V is the intersection of W and minus W, it must be contained in W. So, for any neighborhood of 0, you can find out a symmetric neighborhood of 0 contained in the neighborhood of 0. Okay? So, this tells you that in any topological group, you can find out a local base of symmetric neighborhoods at the point 0. That means you can find out a local base of symmetric neighborhoods at any point of the group due to the homogeneity of the topological group. Okay. Now, another interesting feature of a topological group can be seen through the next theorem, that another interesting feature of a topological group is the following. Okay. That is, a topological group is always a regular space. So it satisfies the separation axiom, which is regular, right? Okay. So a regular space means how one can define a regular space. That is, X is a topological space. It is said to be regular if for a closed set F and a point X which is outside F, there exist two disjoint open sets U, V, such that X belongs to U and F is contained in V. So you can find out two disjoint open sets, or you can say that you can find out two disjoint neighborhoods U and V, such that X belongs to U and F is contained in V. So in this way, you can separate a point and a closed set, but the point is outside the closed set. That is, suppose it is F, so you can find out one U and another V. So this is your U and this is your V. This is X. So this defines a regular space. So with respect to this definition of regular space, we can also prove that another characterization of regular spaces, which is that a space X is regular if and only if uh, for an open set, for any open set V and X belongs to V, there exists another open set U such that X belongs to U, which is contained in the closure of U, and the closure of U is contained in V. So in this way, you can characterize the regular spaces with the help of this result. So in many cases, we are using this characterization to prove that a space X is regular or not. So in our case, for topological group also, we are using this characterization. So that means the theorem is that in a topological group, G for every neighborhood V containing some point X, you can find out that exists another neighborhood U containing X such that better it is not containing, it is a neighborhood of X, it's a neighborhood of X such that X belongs to U subset of U bar subset of V, which, so that is, every topological group is regular. Okay. So what is the motivation behind this proof? The proof can be achieved by using the definition of a topological group, and with respect to which you can say that the map which sends 0, 0 to 0 plus 0. So this map is continuous. Since addition is continuous, so using the continuity of this addition, in particular case, so if you put 0, 0, then it will give you 0, 0 goes to 0. And with respect to this, suppose the V is given. Okay. Now, since in any topological group we are concerned about the properties around 0, because you can transport every property around 0 to any point of the topological group by the homogeneity of a topological group. So let us suppose that V be a neighborhood of 0. Okay. So we shall prove this theorem just only for any neighborhood of 0. So suppose B is a neighborhood of 0, and using the continuity of this one, so for a neighborhood of 0, you can find out two neighborhoods, right? You can find out two neighborhoods. Uh, but using the modified definition of topological group, where we have seen that the two conditions can be glued together to get one condition, that is, for every neighborhood V of 0 or any point, there exists a neighborhood U such that U minus U is a subset of V. So with respect to this condition, so for this neighborhood of 0, so there exists a neighborhood U of 0 such that U minus U is a subset of V. Right? Now our claim is that the U bar must be a subset of V. So this is your claim. So for to prove this claim, let X belongs to U bar. So since X belongs to U bar, so by the definition of closure of a set, every neighborhood of X will intersect U. Okay. Now, since U being a neighborhood of 0, so X plus U is a neighborhood of X. So U being a neighborhood of 0, that will imply the X plus U is a neighborhood of X. Now since X belongs to U bar, so this neighborhood will intersect U. So this implies X plus U will intersect U. So that means you can find out one point which is sitting in both the sets, that is in U and X plus U. Okay. So let Y belongs to X plus U intersection U. So then Y belongs to X plus U means there exists another point U belongs to capital U, thus that Y can be written as X plus U, where Y is also in capital U, right? So therefore, this X can be written as Y minus U. That means Y is in U and U is in U. So X is in U minus U, but U minus U is a subset of V. So therefore, closure of U is a subset of V. So every point of U bar is also in V. So this says that U bar is a subset of V. Okay. In this way, we can say that in every topological group is a regular space. So V is a regular space. Okay. Okay. Fine. Now, there is another kind of important result on topological group regarding its separation axioms. That means now how one does define a T0 space. What do you mean by a T0 space? That is a space X is said to be a T0 space if for any two distinct points x and y, suppose this is your x and this is your y, then either x has a neighborhood in which y doesn't belong, or y has a neighborhood where x doesn't belong. That is, if for any two distinct point x, y, there exist two neighborhoods. One is contained, sorry, for any two neighborhoods x and y, if x has a neighborhood in x not containing y, or y has a neighborhood in y not containing x. Now just see this carefully, that if x has a neighborhood not containing y, or y has a neighborhood not containing x, so you need to find out at least one neighborhood which is not uh, containing the other point. You need to find out at least one neighborhood of a point amongst the 2 points x and y which is not containing the other one. Okay. Now what does it mean by T1 space? If for any two distinct points x and y, if both of them has a neighborhood, x has a neighborhood and y has a neighborhood, both of them should have neighborhoods. One is in x, another one is in y, where nx doesn't contain y and ny doesn't contain x. So you need to find out two neighborhoods in that case. For each points, you need to find out one neighborhood in x which is not containing the other point y, and another neighborhood in y of y which is not containing the other point x. And what about the T2 space? That for any two distinct points, you can find out two neighborhoods which are disjoint. Okay. So these spaces are called T2 spaces, or it has been named after F. Hausdorff. So it is called Hausdorff spaces. The spaces that where we are living. Okay. So you can find out two neighborhoods x. One is around x and another one is around y, which are disjoint. Okay. Here in T1 space, there is a possibility of a non-empty intersection between the two neighborhoods. Okay. But in T2 space, you can find out two neighborhoods which are completely disjoint. Okay. Now in topological group, the interesting thing is that if a topological group will satisfy the T0 axiom, okay, then it will skip to the T2 axioms. That is, it will skip the T1 axioms. It will go directly to the T2 axiom. That is, if a topological group is a T0 space, then it is a T2 space. Okay, and vice versa. Any T2 space is T1, any T1 space is T0. Okay, but the converses are not true in general. There exists T0 space which is not T1, there exists T1 space which is not T2. Okay, so there are examples. But whenever you are defining a T2 space, then it is obviously a T1 space in particular, and it is also T0. But the reverse inclusion is true in our case. That is, in topological group, if a topological group is T0, then it will be T2. Okay, so separation properties of a topological group. Okay, that is, the theorem is that in a topological group G, the following are equivalent. That is, number one, G satisfies T0 axiom, that is, G is a T0 space, and then you can prove that G is a T2 space. And not only that, any one of these will also imply that the intersection of all neighborhoods of 0 will contain exactly the point 0. Okay, so G is a T2 space, and number 3 is that intersection of all neighborhoods where n belongs to this is exactly 0. Okay, so let us prove this theorem. Okay, so suppose that G is T0. Now the feature of regularity of a topological group comes into the picture. Okay, why it is important? Because due to the regularity of G, if a topological group is T0, then you can show that it is T2 also. Okay, why? So suppose 1 is true, that is G satisfies T0 axiom. Okay, okay, then now since G is regular, okay, then what will happen? We see that, so you need to show that G is a T2 space for any two distinct points. For any two distinct points x, y. ওকে রমেশ, ঠিক আছে, দেখা যাচ্ছে? হ্যালো, বলছি দেখা যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, দেখা যাচ্ছে তো।
নাকি ওই যে রমেশ বললো দেখা যাচ্ছে না?
তো নেটওয়ার্ক তো প্রবলেম চলছে, কিন্তু আমাদের কাছে স্যার সব ক্লিয়ারই আসছে,
ঠিক আছে তো? Okay, 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 fine. So, for any two distinct points x and y, so okay. So what we can see is that that either x or y does have a neighborhood not containing the other. So suppose there exists a neighborhood in x of x not containing y. Say, okay. You can also choose, you can also say that there exists a neighborhood in y not containing y. Okay. So at least one neighborhood will exist for either of x or of y, not containing the other. Okay. Now, since nx is a neighborhood, so definitely there exists an open set, right? V x such that x belongs to Vx instead of Nx. Now, since G is regular, so with respect to this open set, there exists another open set okay, another open set Ux such that x belongs to Ux, Ux is contained in its closure and it is contained in Vx and it is in Nx. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. Now, since y doesn't belong to Nx implies sorry, y does not belongs to Ux. Yeah. Okay. Okay, U part is okay. Okay, fine. So since y does not belongs to Nx, so y does not belongs to Ux bar. Okay. Then we choose Wy as G minus Ux bar. Now, since Ux bar is a closed set, so its complement will be an open set. So it is an open set containing y such that Ux intersection Wy equals to 5. Right? You can see that easily here. Okay. So what we have achieved? We have achieved two neighborhoods. One is around x and another one is around y, which are disjoint. So for any two distinct points, you can find out two disjoint neighborhoods around respective points. So this implies that G is a T2 space. So the feature of regularity of a topological group plays an important role in this aspect, right? So if a topological group is T0, then via the regularity of topological group, you can pass through directly to the T2 Hausdorffness of the space, right? Okay. Now we are concerned about the second one, that is, if a space is, if a topological group is T2, then the intersection of all neighborhoods of 0 will contain exactly the 0. Okay. So now let G be T2, T2 space. Okay. G be a T2 space. So we show that, so our claim is that the intersection of all neighborhoods around 0 will contain exactly 0. So let y not equal to 0 such that y is in the intersection of all neighborhoods, okay, at 0. Now since y is in the intersection of all neighborhoods, that means it violates the Hausdorffness of the space that has been assumed here, because there exists no neighborhood of y which doesn't intersect uh, sorry. So there exists no neighborhood of 0 which doesn't include this y, right? So how could it be disjoint? So every neighborhood of 0 will contain this y, and y and 0, these are two distinct points. So in a T2 space, there must exist two neighborhoods around the respective points, that is around y and around 0, which are disjoint. That means y in particular will not be in that neighborhood of 0. But in our case, our assumption says that y is included in every neighborhood of 0. So this contradicts the assumption that has been assumed here, that G is a T2 space. So G will not be a T2 space, which is a contradiction, right? So in this intersection, there exists no point except this 0, right? So this proves 2 implies 3. Now let's come to the last one, that is 3 implies 1. That means the intersection of all neighborhoods of 0 will contain exactly the point 0, will imply that G must be a T0 space. Okay. So suppose that intersection of all neighborhoods at 0 will contain 0 exactly, and we are to show that G will be T0 with respect to this assumption. Okay. So that means, here we are using, so it is enough to check that show that singleton 0 is a closed set. Why? Singleton 0 is a closed set. Why? Because if you can prove that singleton 0 is a closed set, then you can achieve the goal, that is the topological group G will be a T0 space. Why? Because for suppose you are taking 1x which is not equal to 0, then now since singleton 0 is a closed set, so you can take the complement of singleton 0 and which will be a neighborhood of x and which does not contain 0. And that, so this implies the T0ness of the topological group by assuming this one. So it is enough to check that this is a closed set. Now why it is closed? Now suppose one point x is in the closure of that singleton. So that means, what does it mean? Now what does it mean? What does it mean? X belongs to the closure of this. Then can you check that x will be n for all n belongs to the neighborhood system at 0. Is it true? Is it true? Just think about it. And also you can prove the reverse one, that if x is in every neighborhood of 0, then x belongs to the closure of singleton 0. And with the help of this implies that the singleton closure of the singleton 0 will coincide with the singleton 0. So with the help of this will imply that this is actually this one by the assumption that intersection of all this is consists of exactly the single point 0 by the assumption. by the use of the hypothesis. 3. Yes. So I should left this as an exercise. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, an observation is that one observation is that uh, that translations translations are homeomorphisms, right? Which says that now if you translate any open set or closed sets, then it will go to another open set or closed set respectively. It says that translations of open sets or closed sets are always open or closed respectively, right? Respectively. Moreover, if E be a non-empty open set, okay, and F be any subset of the topological group G, then we see that their sum, that is E plus F, is also open. Then their sum E plus F is open. Why? As because E plus F can be written as union of E plus X, right? And since translation of any open set is open, so these are all open sets. An arbitrary union of open sets is open. So this implies E plus F results to an open set. Okay. But in the case of closed sets, this is not true in general. Okay. But in case of closed sets, this doesn't hold in general. Okay. For example, in the topological group R, let E can be considered as set of all naturals greater or equal to 2. Okay. And F can be considered as set of all rationals of the form minus n minus 1 by n, where n is greater than 2. Now, E and F both are closed sets. E, F are closed in R. Now, what about their sum? But what is E plus F? Just take the sum of each element of E and F. Then what will happen? The resulting set so that means it is sum n minus m minus 1 by m, where n comma m greater equal to 2. And this has a limit point 0, right? Why? Because 1 by m belongs to E plus F. So this sequence will converge to 0. So for that reason, 0 is the limit point of that set, but you will see that 0 is not included here, but 0 does not belongs to E plus F. Okay. So therefore, E plus F, which implies that E plus F is not closed. No. So this example gives you the story that the sum of two closed sets may not be closed in a topological group, although it is true for open sets. Okay. But in a particular case, but interestingly, if you consider one of the two closed sets to be compact, then the result is true. That is, if you consider, suppose E be compact and F is closed, then you will see that their sum is also closed. And to prove this, you need to have one observation, one fact that will be used in the proof of this theorem, which is the following lemma. Right? What is that? So in a topological group, G for a compact set, F, which is sitting inside an open set, which is contained in the open set W, you can find out a neighborhood. There exists a neighborhood U of 0 such that with respect to this neighborhood of 0, you can have a neighborhood of the compact set F, which is the translation of V via F. So plus V will be contained in U. Okay. So can you prove this? Can you have an idea to prove this theorem using the above and previous results? Just check it out. কি পাচ্ছ? ভাবতে পারছো প্রমাণটা? হ্যাঁ, হ্যালো হ্যালো,
হ্যাঁ স্যার। হ্যালো।
হ্যাঁ প্রমাণটা ভাবতে পারছো?
বুঝতে পারছি না স্যার।
কম্প্যাক্টনেসটা কাজে লাগাতে হবে। হুম, কম্প্যাক্ট সেট মানে কি? এভরি ওপেন কভার এজ এ ফাইনাইট সাব কভার।
সব কভার।
মানে তোমার আমাকে এর একটা ওপেন কভার আগে বার করতে হবে। কি করে বার করবে? কি করে বার করবে? Now you see that let x belongs to f. Okay. Now since f is contained in the open set W, so this x belongs to W. Now being an open set containing x, you can find out a neighborhood. You can find out a neighborhood around x. That means actually you can find out a neighborhood around 0. So there exists a neighborhood n, or you can take this as v. V, you can there exists a neighborhood v of 0 such that taking the translation of v through x, so x plus v will be contained in W. Okay, right? So we can indexing these neighborhoods as Vx like that. Okay, that means for each x you can find out a neighborhood Vx of 0 such that x plus Vx is a subset of W. Okay, now we are using the fact that for every neighborhood of 0 there exists a neighborhood u such that u plus u is a subset of v. So that means for this neighborhood there exists another one such that ux plus ux is a subset of vx, right? Okay, so that means for each x you are having one open set. There exists, I must say, one open set. So you are having one open set around 0 such that these x plus ux will cover this f. That means f is union x plus ux, where x belongs to f. And these are all open sets. So that means this covers f. So this is an open cover of f. Now since f is compact, so this implies there exist finitely many elements belongs to f such that f can be covered by union k equals to 1 to n xk plus uk, right? Okay. Now here we are using the compactness. Now using this finitely many open sets, you can define an open set by taking their intersection, that is intersection k equals to 1 to n uk. So this will be an open set being finite intersection of open sets. Okay, so being finite intersection of open sets, you will be open. Now our claim is that F plus U will be a subset of W. Okay. So to show that, let X belongs to F. Okay. Now since X belongs to F, so this X will be in one of xk plus uk. So that means X will be in some xk plus uk for some k, right? For some k. Therefore, now x plus u. Now what is x plus u? Now x belongs to xk plus uk. So that means it is in xk plus uk plus u. Fine. Now this u is the intersection of all these uk's. That means it is also a subset of uk. It is uk plus uk. Now, what is the property of uk plus uk? So this neighborhood has this property. That is ux plus ux is a subset of vx. That means subset of xk plus vk. Right? Now, what is xk plus vk? Okay. Yes. So x plus vx is a subset of w. That means xk plus vk is a subset of w. So this proves the claim. So hence a plus u is a subset of w. And using this fact, you can prove that the next theorem, that is, in an topological group G, sum of a compact set and a closed set is closed. That is, if E be compact and F be closed, then E plus F is closed. Now, how one does prove this theorem? Just by using the above fact. Okay. So let X belongs to the closure of E plus F. So that means, so by the definition of closure, so for all neighborhoods, this, so you can actually have neighborhoods of X and these will intersect E plus F. Okay. Okay. So yes. So X plus N intersection E plus F not equal to phi. Now our claim is that this X must be in A plus F. To prove that E plus F is closed. Now if we can show that minus e plus x intersection f, it is not equal to phi. Okay, then this will imply that uh, yeah, so if it is so, then there exists a y belongs to minus intersection f. So that means y equals to minus z plus x, where z is in E and y also in F. So that means x is y plus z. That is, or you can take this as z plus y, being an abelian group. So that means it is in E and y is in F. So it means that means x belongs to E plus F. Can be proved. So if you can show that this is not equal to phi, so it is enough to show our desired plane. Okay. So you need to check that whether it is not equal to phi or not. Now, if possible, if minus x plus x minus e plus x intersection f equals to phi, then what will happen? Now, minus e plus x is contained in g minus f. Now, since f is closed, so this is an open set. And not only that, if you look at this set, you will find that now these sets, this map is a continuous map, and since E is compact, so E goes to minus E. So that means since E is compact, so minus E is compact. And then again, the map y goes to y plus x, a translation map, it is also a continuous map. So that means, so since minus E is compact, so minus E goes to minus E plus x. So this is again compact. So this is a compact set which is sitting inside this open set G minus F. So by the lemma that we have obtained above is that, so you can find out a neighborhood u of 0 such that minus e plus x plus u is contained in G minus F. That means minus e plus x plus u intersection F must be this, or this can be checked that intersection E plus F equals to phi. But this violates the assumption that x is in E plus F bar, and which implies that for any neighborhood n of 0, x plus n intersection E plus F not equal to phi. This holds. But here we are observing that x plus u is a neighborhood of x which does not intersect E plus F, via the assumption that we have assumed that this is a phi. So this assumption is wrong. Okay, so that means minus E plus X intersection F must be non-empty, and which implies that X must be in E plus F. So this proves the result. Okay. Okay. Now, just I am giving this problem to you that in a topological group, prove that G for any two subsets A, B, A bar plus B bar is contained in A plus B bar. Okay. Check on your own. Okay. So with this one I would like to end here. Please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon.